Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the 22 makeup products I would love to pan in 2022. This is going to be a combination of makeup empties as well as just like literally hitting pan. My voice sounds very strange. I am very unwell right now, hence I'm wearing two sweaters. I have a cup of coffee. I'm trying to get through filming a couple videos. I've been trying to film for literally 5 days and just things keep popping up. And so even though my voice does not sound very well, I just really wanted to come down here and film some videos. I'm very behind on content. I made a list of all of the videos that I wanted to get up in December but didn't, plus all my January videos. And there are 49 of them. So, I mean, I don't know about you, but I am aware that there are 31 days in January and there's no way I'm going to be able to upload every single day. So, suffice to say I'm very behind. But I'm very excited for this video. It was supposed to go up in December. I've had this bin of products just waiting for me to film this video along with my list. So let's just hop into it. I'm going to try my best not to ramble on because I have two videos after this I need to film and my voice is already very mad at me. So I'm going to start off with eyeshadow palettes. I aspire to be somebody that could do a Pan That Palette series. However, I just, one, have way too many palettes. I love eyeshadow too much to focus on one palette for most days. I know many people that do Pan That Palette. For starters, wear makeup every single day, which I do not. And two, because they do wear makeup every single day, they tend to focus on their Pan That Palette Monday through Friday, and then are able to like play with their collection if they so choose, or other Project Pan items on the weekends. Starting off with my very oldest palettes in my collection, collectively it's these two. I have made the decision to make randomizing a shade between these two a sixth shade in my Pan Those eyeshadows to try and hit pan in many of the shades this year. I would love to finish these someday, but I'd be very happy to hit many pans in these two palettes this year and will do so through Pan Those eyeshadows. I was able to hit 3 pans in my Modern Renaissance in 2021 and want to keep that momentum going. I love working on this palette. I'm trying to hit 100 uses on it as well in that project. And the formula is starting to get like even more dusty and a bit drier, so it's definitely starting to expire, and I would love for it to have many more pans before it officially retires out of my collection. And then speaking of retiring, my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette is much older than my Modern Renaissance. This is like a very nostalgic palette for me. Because it's the first high-end palette I was able to save enough money to purchase myself. And I wore this on my wedding day, and honestly there's hardly any dips in here because Too Faced formula is very hard to hit pan on, but I've also just not used it as much as I should have. And while it still smells like chocolate, it's definitely fading. I feel like some of these shades are starting to expire. And I would love to hit some pans in this palette this year. Sticking with Too Faced Chocolate, I have the OG Cocoa Contour palette here. This is also very old. I bought both of these on Kathleen Light's recommendation a million years ago. And again, this has no pans. And I would like some pans showing in this by the end of the year and hope to actually finish it at some point. The chocolate smell on this is also fading, more so on this. I think this is older actually than the eyeshadow palette. I really don't like this shade here, but if I could someday finish these other 3, that would be amazing. But for the purposes of like this video, 1 to 2 pans would be great. Hopping over to some base products, I have 2 mini primers I would love to finish this year. The first is the Hourglass Veil Primer. I've used up about 1/3 of this already, and honestly don't think it would be that hard to finish this in 2022. And then the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer I think will be lovely to finish off kind of early in 2022, as it is a really great winter primer for me. But my primer inventory numbers definitely need to lower, and I think starting off the year with some minis to finish up is the smartest way to go. My oldest foundation is the Too Faced Peach Perfect. I still have a lot of this left. I don't know if I can finish it, but it's going to expire very soon and I would like to make a solid dent in it. I'm going to have to focus on this for most of the year if I really want to get this done. It's not a great shade for me in the winter unless I'm self-tanning, so I might pull this in and start mixing it. We'll see if I can fit this in any projects. This is not in a project in itself, but you'll be seeing these products in many project pans throughout the year, and I think I will do either a quarterly or mid-year update on this video. You can let me know in the comments what you think would be best, and to see if I'm like making any progress. I don't want to forget about these products until the end of the year. A foundation I don't think would be that hard to finish is my ColourPop No Filter foundation. First of all, this only has 25 mils or 0.85 fluid ounces when it is new, and I'm about halfway through this, and ColourPop products are notorious for expiring relatively quickly, so while this isn't the oldest in my collection by any means, I think it would be wise to try and finish this off in 2022 as well. The only concealer I have on this list, though I plan to finish other concealers this year, but I tried to keep this list at 22 to make it catchy, is my MAC Pro Longwear. This is currently in my Roulette Pan collab, and I have very little left. A little goes a long way. This is one of my favorite concealers ever, and I think I will repurchase this. It just looks so great over my texture and my lines under my eyes. It's a slow moving product. From about 2/3 to 3/4 to where I am now is over 100 uses, so this product lasts a long time. I am in trouble. I don't know if I'm going to be able to film any more than this. For a powder, this is technically 2 powders, but I'm counting it as 1 in this list. This is my e.l.f. HD loose powder. It also has my e.l.f. HD under eye powder mixed in here, which are 2 separate items in my inventory. I really do not have a lot left in here at all, and I don't think it would be too much trouble to finish this. Hopping back to cheek products, I already talked about the Cocoa Contour Palette. I have 2 bronzers I would like to hit pan on this year at least. The Tarte Park Avenue Princess. This is one of my oldest makeup products. I worked on it pretty diligently in 2020 and was unsuccessful in hitting pan, which kind of shocked me. But I'm hoping that the whole thing is pretty thin in there and that it won't take too much more effort to actually hit pan, and maybe I could actually finish the entire thing in 2022, but my goal for this video is to actually hit pan. And the other product I would like to hit pan, other bronzer, is the Kevyn Aucoin Sculpting Powder. I think I've used this almost 100 times and still no pan. I don't even think I'm really that close to pan, but I would feel really good if I could hit pan in this. I just don't need to contour, and I rarely do it, but I own this product. It's very expensive. I should actually get my money's worth out of it. I bought it because of the YouTube hype, and then kind of discovered I don't really need to contour because of my bone structure, and I mean, I'm sure there are ways I could contour, but I don't really feel that I need to, so I don't. But I would like to pan in this, and someday I would like to finish all of my makeup, but pan is the goal. A bronzer I would like to finish, and is already in a project, is this Little Baby NARS Laguna. This is very thin in the pan. There's already pan on there. I don't think I will have too much trouble to finish this. This is my main focus bronzer at the moment. I am absolutely crazy. I have 2 blushes in here. I hit pan on my first blush ever in 2021, and apparently I think I'm going to hit pan in 2 in 2022. How fun would that be? The first is my Revlon Oh Baby Pink. I worked on this pretty diligently also in 2020 and have a massive dip in this product. This is my only non-cruelty free blush in my collection, that's left in my collection, and I think it's still going to take some significant effort, but with some focus, I do think that I would be able to hit pan in this by the end of the year. We shall see. Again, you'll be seeing these products in actual project pans. And the other one is Tarte Party. I've seen, I think all of my friends hit pan in this blush, and the pan eludes me. I have used this so much since I've owned it. I got this as the Sephora birthday gift many years ago, and I can still plain as day see the entire pattern. It doesn't even look like I have made any progress on this at all. I would like to see pan on this, just because I obviously know that it's possible, because like I could hit pan in everything. Everything is possible, but especially seeing so many of my friends actually do it, it just motivates me to like try and do it too. We'll see how I get on with that one. I have a liquid highlighter, the Becca Opal. I worked on this in 2020 as well and made it below the halfway mark. This is getting very old. I would like to finish this, whether that's mixing it with foundation or just using it as a straight liquid highlighter on the cheekbones. I would like this to be finished. I would like to hit pan in Champagne Pop, also from Becca. I'm almost at the 100 uses on this guy, and I really don't feel like I'm that close to hitting pan. It might surprise me, but just looking at it, while my dip is decently big, I don't feel like my dip is that deep. It seems very wide across the pan. I hope you're able to see. I'm trying to look in the viewfinder. Like, you can kind of see my dip is wide because I'm not really focusing in one spot. I'm just more trying to hit the 100 uses. But in 2022, I would like to see a pan, and in doing it this way with the very wide dip I'm experiencing, I think once I hit pan, it should expand bigger faster than if I like kept hitting my brush in the exact same spot, if that makes sense. A few times I have used this as an inner corner highlight, so there is like a tiny spot there that is a touch deeper than the rest of it, but mostly I use this as a highlight on my cheekbones, and I have quite a fluffy highlight brush, and I don't even look. I just open it, tap my brush in there, so who knows where it hits. But pan is the goal for this year. Ooh, I'm on product 19. This is the ColourPop Smoke and Whistles highlighter. I have focused on this a lot over the years as well. Again, running my finger over the entire surface area, not focusing in one spot, but this is getting very old, and I should be able to hit pan on this in 2022. Someday I would like to use this up. Mine is still very creamy, just as nice of a formula as it was when it was brand new, though mine is very old. This is my favorite highlighter in my collection, and I would 100% repurchase this. I don't know if they sell it by itself anymore, but I do know it's in one of their face palettes, also as a Super Shock formula with 3 powder blushes. And if that's the only way I can get it, I will repurchase it that way. I absolutely love this highlighter, especially when I'm fair. This is a bit too icy and light for me in the summertime when I actually have a proper tan. But all through like winter, spring, fall, I love this highlighter so much. My eye is starting to twitch. I am so sick, you guys. But like, filming is my happy space. I know so many of you are gonna be like, why are you filming then? Because it makes me happy, and I've tried to film for this is day 5. And I haven't been able to prior, not because I was sick, but because the baby wouldn't sleep, and then this happened, and blah blah blah. So tonight the baby is sleeping, the husband's playing video games with his friends, and even though I'm sick as a dog and maybe should have went to bed at 9 o'clock, here I am. Lastly, I have 3 lip products to make this a round 22 products. First, I have my Buxom lip gloss, the full-on lip cream in the shade Dolly. This is getting pretty old in my collection, and I finished White Russian in the same size last year, and it took me 42 tracked uses. Now, I am trying to finish a gloss and have glosses already in other project pans. My whole collection project pan, which I can link up in the cards. So this isn't going to be a focus just yet, but this is very possible for me to finish in the year. Tarte Beach Babe, I worked on this a lot last year with the goal to finish it this year. If I put the plastic down, there is not much left in this lipstick at all. There's no reason why I can't finish this. And lastly, the oldest lipstick in my collection. This was in my 18 in 2018, my first project pan ever. It is still good. It has not expired. I recently went through all of my lip products. I will be having a makeup declutter, sharing all of the products that expired in my makeup collection last year, which I saved. Gross. But that's way down the list. But I did go through all of my lip products, and this one's still good, but there's a lot in here for how old it is, and it has been in the graveyard project pan multiple times, and it's just time for it to die. It's time for it to get used up. I think I could use this as both a lipstick, which I love this color. It's Rimmel in the shade 8, the Rimmel Kate Moss lipstick, but also as a cream blush, which I've only done a handful of times in its lifetime. I am currently panning 1 or 2 cream blushes, so I'm not going to be using that I'm not going to be using it in that way anytime soon, but sometime throughout the year I would love to have this as an empty as well. I don't think I've ever finished a lipstick. I've finished a liquid lipstick and lip glosses, of course, but I don't think I've ever finished a lipstick, so putting 2 in here is pretty lofty. But this is kind of a gimme. Like, it's still going to take me a little while, but there's not much left in there at all. This is going to be the more challenging one. Looking at all of those products in that little box all neatly organized, it does look like a ton of products, especially having already filmed a couple of my project pan intros for 2022, and not many of those products have made it into projects yet. And I'll just be keeping those products kind of out and separate as like a reminder to work on them. Again, let me know if you want quarterly or a mid-year update on this video to see how I'm doing. Do you think I've set realistic goals for myself? I am feeling very optimistic, as all of us do in January at the very beginning of the year. I have quite a few lofty panning goals. I would love to obviously meet these 22 goals, but I would also like to hit pan in 22 products. I have yet to film my makeup inventory or like my end of year empties style video, but I would like to use up more money wise than I buy in 2022. It was pretty close for 2021, but I would like to do better, and I find it very weird to talk about how optimistic and happy I am when I'm feeling this sick, but I am really looking forward to the 2022 panning year, and I hope you are too. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!